Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nancy Drew. The final scene that I just completely skipped right over it, and it should crash here in a second, because it typically does this at the start of every time I open the game, or maybe not. That'd be nice if it didn't this time. But anyway, we are going to head right back into it. It's been about a day. Chin up. We're going to load chin up. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
I got the number. I left it in the ticket booth. This woman isn't Houdini herself. She's the widow of one of Houdini's cousins.
You got a number right after I finished talking to you? Because I'm pretty sure that I just finished talking to you.
Maybe she knows what's happened to Houdini's half of the theater. I'll call.
Okay, folks, we're about to get started here. Mrs. Mueller and Mr. Armstrong will do their best to answer all of your questions in the time allotted. But let's proceed with good manners, shall we?
Thank you, all, for coming. I'm only sorry that the circumstances of our meeting are not more festive. Wouldn't it be nice? I've called this conference specifically to let you know, and I trust you will take it upon yourselves to inform the world, that Brady Armstrong will not rest. The greatest...
Oh. He's not here, right? What's this? For a clean bed, a hot meal, and a place to hang your hat, you can always room at the Radoods. Dear Mr. Hughes, we received your letter inquiring about the whereabouts of Jacob Hughes. Unfortunately, Jake died 6 months ago? Mr. Hughes, Jacob Hughes. Is that his brother? He had been ill with emphysema for some time, but you'll be glad to know that he enjoyed his cigarettes to the end and died peacefully in his sleep. We regret that we were unable to contact you at the time of his death, but we had no idea that Jake had a brother. He never mentioned any family, and our research didn't turn up any leads. Your brother was cremated according to his last wishes, and no rent was due on his room. Please contact the county coroner's office if you would like to have his ashes shipped to you. We're sorry for your loss. Best of luck. Sincerely, Herbert Radu Jr. So is this key...
It's locked. It's locked.
Not the right key. Is there anything down there? Doesn't seem like it. I don't know what I'm doing there. Better not start messing with anything yet. I'll just leave. So did he lie to us about his brother, or is that like another relative? Maybe a different brother? Oh, shut your mouth.
Put a sock in it, Mr. Camouflage. And now, without
I'm
further ado, I'd like
spooning.
to open the floor up to questions.
Is it true that the girl was at the theater to interview Brady Armstrong? What was the interview about?
Mr. Charmstrong, do you find your fans respond to you more in your chicken suit or in your curly wig?
Did anyone hear her scream?
Ms. Mueller, you're his agent. Chicken suit or curly wig?
Any speculation where the kidnapper's hiding her? Where did this feud
Oh.
come from?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. For some odd reason, if my mouse isn't over the box, the text doesn't appear. That's not good.
Yes, hello.
Hello, is this Eustacia Andropov?
Who else would it be? Everyone else is dead.
Oh, Mrs. Andropov, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm trying to find out some information about Harry Houdini. Is it true that you're his cousin?
Who wants to know?
Oh, I beg your pardon. My name
boy.
is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case in St. Louis.
Harry was only my cousin by marriage, but my husband is dead, and so is Harry. So I guess that makes me nobody's cousin. Satisfied?
I'm researching Mr. Houdini's ownership of the Royal Palladium Theater. Would you know anything about this?
He owned it. Half of it anyway, for a few months. Then he died. Does that help?
Do you know what happened to his half? Did he sign it back over to J.J. Thompson?
Return it to James Jehoshaphat? Mr.
Jehoshaphat?
Stupendous? Not on his life. Losing that man was Harry's greatest escape.
Did someone in Houdini's family inherit the theater?
Harry made a plan to give his half of the theater to someone he admired. A young magician, I assume. Perhaps a protege. I remember my husband telling me this.
Can you tell me anything more?
More? I'm 96 over here. I don't exactly have time to burn.
I know it was a long time ago, Mrs. Andropoff, but this is terribly important. My friend is in danger, and finding out what happened to Houdini's half of the theater
There's a lot of
may be
conversation
my
in this
only
one.
hope
I
of
didn't
saving her.
remember how
Call
much
the
conversation there
Library of
was.
Congress. Ask about the Houdini collection. There must be something in all of those letters. You tell that Sherman Trout, Eustacia said. You're not dead yet, Shermy, so get up and make yourself useful.
The
You're
Library
not
of
dead
Congress.
yet.
You don't happen to have that number, do you?
Well, I should have this letter from Shermy around here somewhere. Cat food coupons. Vincent Jacobs repair. Dear Eustacia. Here we go. Library of Congress, Washington, D.C.
Just say.
202-555-5000.
Thanks, Mrs. Andropoff. You've been a great help.
Save it for my funeral.
Yes, is it true that Detective Nancy...
Okay. Oh, Detective Nancy Drew. Nothing safe here. You're not dead yet. Okay, but what I will be doing is I will be exiting and restarting the game. I wanted to hear the one about Nancy Drew. But it fixed it, so. Which I needed it fixed. Yeah, definitely needed it fixed. Eustacia Andropoff.
Manuscripts.
I'm trying to reach Sherman Trout, please.
Speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Mr. Trout. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case that involves Harry Houdini and the Royal Palladium Theater in St. Louis. Eustacia Andropoff recommended I call you.
Ah, yes. Eustacia was most helpful to us when we were assembling our Houdini collection. I presume you'd like to have a look at it?
Yes, please, Mr. Trout. I'm very interested.
Fine. Well, you'll just need to register with the library when you get here and fill out a request for the materials you wish to view. When your request has been processed, the materials will be delivered to one of our reading rooms where you can view them.
Mr. Trout, please let me explain. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to come to Washington, D.C. to do research. I'm hoping you could help me find a document.
Well, Miss Drew, I'm sorry if you have logistical constraints, but please understand my own limitations. The Library of Congress currently holds over 40 million items, contained in 10,000 separate collections. It's the largest and most comprehensive library in the world. I simply don't have time to run research errands for the individual citizens.
Mr. Trout, if I don't solve this case in a matter of hours, the building I'm standing in will be demolished and an innocent 19-year-old girl, a friend of mine, may lose her life. You may be my only hope.
Why is your friend in danger?
She was kidnapped by someone desperate to save this building from demolition.
And what can you possibly be hoping to find in the Houdini collection that would help matters?
Mr. Houdini was part owner of the theater, and I'm trying to find out who inherited his half or what became of it when he died. I'm hoping Houdini might have discussed it somewhere in his personal documents. If I can prove that the current owner is not legally the full owner, then maybe I can get the demolition stopped and save Maya.
I see. Well, this sounds urgent. I suppose I can take a look.
That would be such a help, Mr. Trout. If you find anything, could you overnight it to me at the Royal Palladium?
Well, I certainly can't send you the document itself. It's a historical artifact now. But I could send you a slide. What's the street address there, if I find anything?
It's 1330 Washington Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63101. Please send the package in care of Nicholas Falcone or myself, Nancy Drew. I can't tell you how grateful I am, Mr. Trout. You might just be a lifesaver.
Miss Drew, I assure you, Sherman
Trout
Trout
is a man of his word.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Okay. Ned! Love doing that.
Hello?
Hi, Ned.
Hey, detective. Any leads?
According to Joseph, the St. Louis Historical Society has been scrambling to get the Royal Palladium declared an historical landmark.
And that would prevent the demolition?
Right.
So what's the holdup?
Joseph thinks someone downtown is stalling.
Maybe someone who wants the demolition has been greasing some palms.
Probably. It's a shame because Joseph seems to think they're close.
I wonder if this kidnapper is just trying to buy a little more time. What does Mr. Falcone have to say about the Historical Society?
He was pretty cynical. Said the whole process was a bunch of hocus pocus.
Perhaps Mr. Falcone is using cynicism to disguise his true feelings.
I mean, maybe, but that's also a bit
I'm
far-fetched.
trying to decide what to do next. Any thoughts?
As long as all your suspects are wrapped up with that press conference, maybe you should take the opportunity to see what they're hiding in their rooms.
Bye,
Thank
Ned.
you.
Keep me posted.
1 5 2 3 5 5 5 4 4 6 8. I tried to do an in drop-off voice. I think it's Russian. Don't quote me on that.
Hello.
Bess?
And George, too. What's new, Nancy?
Oh, we got like 4 things.
I asked Joseph where he would go after the theater is demolished, and he said he was moving to Arizona to start a movie theater with his brother.
A fresh start. Good for him.
Yeah, except that I
Okay,
found
the
a
letter
letter
is a
that says
brother.
his brother has been dead for years.
Why would he lie? What do you think he's hiding?
Give the guy a break. Maybe he just wants to hide the fact that his life is going to be empty without that theater to look after.
Fair, but that could also mean that he has a lot to lose if the theater gets torn down to the ground.
When I spoke to the police about Maya's press pass, they said that Nicholas is known for using extreme tactics, and that he might even have been involved in a staged kidnapping last year in Nashville.
You don't think Maya could be mixed up with him somehow, do you?
No way. Maya expresses her politics by writing about them. You know, the pen is mightier than the sword. She and Nicholas Falcone don't even speak the same language.
I think you're right, George. But Sergeant Ramsey said I wouldn't have any credit with the police if I joined forces with Nicholas.
Who said anything about joining forces? After all, he's still a prime suspect. But that doesn't mean he's not a valuable source of information when it comes to the theater.
She's right,
Fair.
Nancy. As long as he continues to shoot off his mouth, you want to be around to take notes.
Simone has called a press conference. I'd like to hear what's being said, but I get the feeling I'm not welcome.
Bess, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Here's what I'm thinking. When has the lack of an invitation ever stopped Nancy Drew before? Is that what you're thinking?
Bingo!
So you think I should just barge right in?
Better yet, why not just listen in? That way you know things that Simone and the others don't know you know. You know?
Bess has a few rocks in her mouth, but she's right. And besides, there's another good reason to keep a low profile.
I know what you're thinking, George. When the cats are away,
The detective mouse will snoop.
When the suspect cats
you have
are
a
away?
point there, ladies.
When the cats
this
are
might be my
away.
only chance to get some,
Remove the word suspect.
insight?
yes, some insight into the lives of my suspects. Good idea.
We're full of them. Right, Bess?
Chock full. Bursting at the seams. We're practically idea-phoric.
When I arrived at the theater this morning, someone had delivered a funeral wreath.
What?
Isn't that creepy?
You don't know who it was from?
It was from the kidnapper, I assume. The note said something like, wouldn't you rather stop the demolition than plan a funeral?
Since when do kidnappers have the time to special order flower arrangements?
Apparently this kidnapper isn't afraid of the limelight.
Look at the bright side, Nancy. If you find out who sent that wreath, your case is as good as closed.
Okay, you two. I'll
Okay.
talk to you soon.
Keep up the good work, detective.
Yeah, you're
not
doing
necessarily. A case is not necessarily over. I feel like it could be very easy to say, oh, well, it's the kidnapper, but also I feel like people in this game aren't necessarily like the best, because I think that Simone would do it for the limelight and the action, not the action, the spotlight being put on the theater, being put on Brady. And I feel like Nicholas Falcone could buy the wreath to increase the severity of it. Okay, what do we got in here? Okay. 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 No, he's not happy. So he did find it in the basement. He's happier down here, and then here he's just kind of like, eh, what have you done to me? He's not too happy there. Jake's Talent Farm. Not of my concern. Adam Cena's Wellness Garden. Aspect Ratio Studios. Happy Spines. Not in there. Ginger's 24-hour Flowerama. Funeral Release Style A. Ribbon RIP. Nothing tacky. Really? Now? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I did something. I don't know what I did. Cast party. Okay. For starters, I'm a huge fan. I've been seeing your movie since I was like 14. To this day, I still think your best performance was in Lie Like a Rug. But who knows? Maybe Vanishing Destiny will top it. I'm in college at Washington University now, and I'm planning to go to your premiere at the Royal Palladium. I'm contacting you because I'm hoping to interview you for an article I'm writing for my school paper. I'm sure you're very busy, but could I stop by your dressing room the afternoon of the premiere? I only have a few questions. The interview would only take 20 minutes or so. What do you think? Please write back. Yours sincerely, Maya. I forgot how to pronounce her last name. Senior reporter. Next. Hi Maya, sure, I'd be happy to meet with you, so long as you provide any and all photos of me for the article. Also, we need to get a full-page ad for Destiny in your school paper. We spoke to advertising, and they claim it's past the deadline. Can you pull a few strings? You know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. What do you say? Looking forward to meeting you, Ciao, Brady. Dear Mr. Armstrong, thank you for being so generous about your time. As far as your ad goes, I checked with the advertising guys, and they said a deadline's a deadline, sorry. But don't worry, I'm sure the premiere will sell out. I know tons of people who are going. I'll stop by your dressing room in the afternoon for the interview. See you then, sincerely, Maya. So wait. They just said the requirements were you. We provide all all photos, and you give us a full-page ad for Destiny. Dear Brady, my friend Linda says you did all of your own dance moves in Dr. Salsa. Is this true? If it is, that's really cool. You were so good in that movie, I watched it 4 times in one day. Will you ever do another movie with Tracy Martine? She is so cool. Right back. XOX Sarah Caps back. Brady, I've written you 22 emails and haven't heard anything back. Teen Style Magazine says you care about your fans and you're not stuck up. So what's the problem? Right back. If you don't, I'm going to join Leaf Jackson's fan club instead of yours. Your number 1 fan. Hi Brady, I'm writing because I just read an article in PQ magazine that said sometimes men who have ponytails are really just trying to cover up with a bald spot. You don't have a bald spot, do you? Please tell. I promise to keep it a secret. Hey Brady, what's up? I'm wondering what your next movie is going to be, but I'm also wondering, can you play the guitar? I think you should start a band. I'm in a band. We're called Senator Spanky. Cool, huh? You should be in one too. I bet you'd rock. Well, I gotta start my homework. Right back. Hi Brady, as far as dudes go, I'm probably your number 1 fan. I'm also a young actor, 12 going on 13, and I'm wondering if you have any tips for me. How do you get discovered? Please help me. Sincerely, J.R. Steetson. P.S. Do you think this is a good stage name? P.P.S. Your ponytail is cool. What kind of hair gel do you use? George Bear, thank you for your message. I miss you too, Sugar. Can't talk though. A lot is happening. I'm a genius. I'll tell you about it when I get back. Love yours, your Simone Stir. Hi, Carlo. Listen, something's come up and we won't be flying out of St. Louis tomorrow as planned. I'll get back to you when I know something definite. But for now, just cancel that flight, will you please? Thanks. Cecil, things are going better than I could have hoped for. The premiere is off for now. The news is spreading like wildfire. Tell Rona. Great news. Keep me posted. Listen, Cecil, have you been brushing Miss Sparkles? I checked with her this morning on the webcam and she's looking awfully bedraggled. She is a very sensitive cat, Cecil. She hates to have a bad fur day. If she's traumatized when I get home, you'll be sorry you ever met me. Merv, thanks for getting me those contact sheets so fast. The black and white glosses for Destiny definitely need another airbrush. Can you do anything to make his jawline look more definite? Okay. So unfortunately, I think that's gonna... You're not dead yet. I think that's gonna end... Don't let the turkey get you down. That's what that stands for. Don't let the turkey get you down. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. Not much happened. It was a lot of talking in this one, but that's okay. We will hopefully be a step closer to figuring out what happens in the next video. I think the first step is going to be going to check where that picture was taken in the basement and see if we can find out, see anything down there. Probably nothing, but we'll try. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.